Hi guys, this is Cindy Blanco. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it at the end, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Well, today we'll be talking about wealth and we will be talking about investing. And actually, for a lot of people, when they hear investing, they think about big bucks, they think about risk. They also think about a lot of money that is being made in the investment world. But today I'm going to keep it very simple, very sweet, because I think everyone can start to invest for as little as $1. $1, €1, whatever currency you're using. There are apps these days where you can learn how to invest only starting with $1. And the reason why I would advise you to start that way is to, first of all, get to know the system, get to know what it all means, and not risking losing a lot of money because you don't know what you're doing. Because maybe you've saved up a 500 or 1,000 euros, and most of these big broker sites, they demand you to pay that amount of money to invest. And if things go wrong, you're traumatized for life. That's usually what happens. But when you start at these small platforms or even apps, most of them that I use are apps, they allow you to get used to the system, to get used to the habit of investing. If you lose $1 or $10 that month, it's not going to really affect you mentally or emotionally. But if you lose 1,000, that can actually really damage you and into never investing again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you is as simple how I'm going to upload €1 or €2. That depends, just to show that it's really actually working. Now, to be honest, there's not a lot of, let's say, brand stocks, big brand stocks that you can buy for $1 or $2, but you can just purchase stocks that are very low, or maybe currencies, or because there are different kind of stocks. But the apps that I'm going to show you, and there are many apps, I will leave some in the description. There are many apps that you can use, but I just want you to get started so you can get used to the idea of doing it, so that one day when you do understand how the games work, when you've done your research, when you know what you want to invest in, you know that you already have created that habit. And the great thing, if you just tell yourself, I'm going to invest $1 a month. I know that sounds ridiculous, but even if it's just $1 a month, or $1 a week, or $1 a day, it's going to allow you to create the habit of investing in yourself and growing your money. And when it's a habit, you won't, it's like that buck you would spend every day on coffee or buying something nonsense, and now you're just going to invest it. And at the end of the year, you will have either $360 or a little less or a lot more. That depends on how you invest it. So with this video, I'm gonna show you with the app that I'm using. This is one that is being used in Europe, but I know in the US you have different kind of apps, because you cannot always use the apps in certain countries, but you just have to see what's working out for you. I will also leave some links to some apps where you can actually get some free shares. So, and share is actually a piece of stock that you would buy. So let's say for Nike, I don't know what the stocks are, the prices are on Nike right now, but when you start with that $1, you can buy stocks like they're 55 cents, maybe €1. And depending on what that platform has to offer, there can be many stocks for that price, or not a lot of stocks for that price. So you can find a lot of info on the internet about stocks. So I'm not going to go into details like what's in the trading. I just want you to get into the habit of investing, and knowing that right now I would advise you to just leave your stocks and just invest in order to just get into the habit, and not invest too much until you know the product, do you know that you want to sell, or that you're in for the long term or the short term. When you're in this for the short term, sometimes you can even with the most you can even put like an auto sell, that you will sell the product, the stock at a certain amount, so you always know that you have a profit, or that you sell it at a moment that you know that I don't want to lose more than that kind of money. So there's so many different options in each trader, each stock app that you can use, and I just want you to get started. So I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. I'm going to show you how you can invest as little as $1, €1, and just get into the habit. Maybe then later on you can take it to the big bucks and take it to the bigger stocks, the Amazons that are over 2,000, 3,000, or the Netflix, or I'm I'm talking with consumption. This is something that you can actually grow yourself into doing. And wouldn't it be great that in a few years you will be buying stocks worth thousands because you have raised your portfolio? And one of the things I would also recommend you, which every big investor says, always make sure that you don't put all your eggs in one basket. So have different types of stocks, maybe some in real estate, maybe some in health, maybe some in I don't know, in beauty, whatever. Just make sure you have different type of stocks. You can follow the market. So if you think, if Netflix is going to say we're going to expand in 15 countries, you might expect, it's not a guarantee, that the stocks of Netflix is going to go up. So you might want to buy some more stocks or sell them at a price that you think like, this is going to be interesting, because Netflix is going to be worth much more. I can still remember when Netflix was about 140 is the stock, and that was less than 2-3 years ago. I think now it's above 300-400 euros. I'm not 100% sure, but that's how fast it can go. So if you can imagine you having one stock and then it doubling it within the next 2 years, you can imagine how much money you can win. And of course you can lose also. Let's be honest, but that's how you have to learn how that game is being played. There was something else I wanted to say. What was it? I forgot. So basically that's all that what I wanted to talk about investing. It's something you can do with your children. Learn your children how to invest, like make it a playful thing. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah. Make sure if you have a little bit of budget, if you have more budget, to make sure if you can buy stocks that will give you dividend. And dividend is basically like an interest. They share a piece of the profit, because the thing with dividend is, if you can buy dividend stocks, I know we have a company in Holland, it's called KPN, and they give dividend stocks. And let's say last year they paid out maybe 7 to 10 cents per stocks, and it sounds like not a lot of money, but the stock is only like 2.50 or something, maybe 3 euros at the time I'm speaking right now. So you're paying 3 euros for a stock, but you're getting 10 cents a year per stock, as they share their profit with you. And that's on top of if you make profit on that stock, if you would buy and sell it for a higher price. So that's the great thing about having dividend stocks, that you get a small piece of a percentage of the profit of that company. So if you can buy those stocks, they are very interesting. Make sure that those are stocks that you usually leave a little bit longer, because they pay maybe dividend once a year or twice a year, sometimes 4 times a year, depending on the company. So that's something you want to invest in for a very long time, a few years, and you just maybe want to live off that dividend. Because if you have $1 million and you would get like 5,000 or 10,000 on dividend based on those stocks, that's a nice figure to live from, and you don't have to sell those stocks because they're actually making you a passive income. So that's on dividend stocks. The other thing I want to talk to you about is, if you're ready to go for a bigger investment, and this is something I will maybe do in another video, make sure that you watch IPOs. And IPOs are companies that are actually going to the stock market. Let's say Disney. I think Disney's been on the stock market, if I'm sure, for a longer time. But the moment that they announce that they're going to be on the market, sometimes you can buy the stocks cheaper. Oh yeah, let's say I bought a stock, it's called Box, and that's also an app where you can trade for stocks, and they planning on going on to the stock market. So I bought them actually before they are on the official stock market. So let's say in 5 years they want to go on the official stock market, because you have different types. You have some website that are just having stocks underneath, that's not sharing across people who are on that platform. But the normal stock market is like for everyone. The whole world most of the people in the world can buy or sell. So when a company goes to that stock market, like the big, where the Wall Street and everything, that's very interesting, because you know you're probably, there's no guarantee that you're going to buy the stock at a very or the lowest price. And it, of course, there has been stock that only went down from there on. That's absolutely possible. But if you think that company has a big, like Zoom went on the market, I think less than a year, 2 years ago. And you know they're doing amazing during this COVID. So whoever invested, who bought that first share and now is really, taking advantage of that profit. The same thing with Elon Musk. When he went to the stock market, which was not even that long ago, he, the business just went booming and the stock prices just went up. So be sure to be watching the IPOs. What companies, big companies or interesting companies, are going to go on the market, and make sure that you can buy these stocks at first hand, if that's possible. So that's it for this video. I hope I will be showing you how I started this app, and this is the one I'm using in Holland. It's called Bucks, and Bucks is basically an app that you can use to invest in, and you can start as little as $1 or euro. I know in the US you have, I think it's called Ahorn or Acorn. I will leave a link in the description. You have all kinds of apps, and the great thing about this, with this Bucks app, this is a zero trading app that you do not have to pay any transactional costs that can go all the way up to tens or hundreds of dollars when it comes to normal broker sites. And you can just simply, as you can see here, I only have 15 euros on this account because I started, and you can just upload like $1. But there used to be like, how do you say that? There used to be stocks from anywhere up from 55 cents. I don't see them anymore. Don't know if they stopped selling those stocks or the stocks has gone out of the market. I don't know, but here you can buy stocks starting at about $1.50, $1.40, So I am buying stocks called New Gold, and basically it's a very interesting stock. I think gold is always interesting. And what you want to do, what I'm doing here is either I'm buying stocks from very low price. I'm just showing you that if you just have $1.50 with this app, you can upload just $1, and if there's a stock for that price, you can buy it. With other investment apps, you usually need at least $500 or $1,000 to trade, and this is how low you can start. And I would strongly advise you to just start with that what you have, even if it's just $5 a week or $2 a week. It doesn't matter. It's about getting into that habit. So as you can see me now on the screen, I'm just adding a little bit more to my portfolio. I'm doing that every week. I might be doing that every day. And the great thing about this app is what you can do. And I think a lot of apps has that. You can buy the stocks, and you can also sell them on autopilot whenever it has reached a certain amount. So for instance, let's say this New Gold, a stock that I bought, let's say for $1.60. I don't know what price, but let's say I bought it for $1.60. I can put in this app that I want to sell it as soon as it turns $1.75, because sometimes stocks can just go up like that during a day and go down, and you might have missed it. And I don't have the time to look at my stocks like 24/7. So what you can do on most apps is just say, hey, I want to buy or sell at this point. And you can do that also in this app. This is something you have to learn on how your trading app will work. So then you can see, okay, I'm just basically, selling this stock on autopilot. So let's say you have 100 stocks that you bought for $1.50. Doesn't matter for what kind of company. So that is, let's just say you bought 100 stocks for $1. Okay. And okay, that's costing you $100. And let's say that you put on autopilot that whenever this stock makes $1.20, you want to sell all of those 100 stocks on autopilot. So what this app will do, as soon as it hits that anywhere during the day that the stock market is open, it will sell at $1.20, and that will give you a $20 profit, which is pretty amazing. That's a 20% profit in one day. Remember, you can also lose. The stock market can go down, you know, you can lose a lot of money also, but that's something that you have to be aware of what you're going to invest in. Are you investing for the long run or the short run? Short term. I'm not the type of person that's going to watch the stocks all day, every day. But the great thing about this app, you can start as really as little. You can see BlackBerry is less than $10 a stock. A GoPro is less than $7-8 a stock at this moment. Zoom will start anywhere between $300 and $400. You know, so Amazon is which called the Alphabet Group is starting at above 2,000. But you know, you don't have to start at those amounts. And as I can see, last week, because I just restarted this new app. I just put like $7 on it just to test drive it again, and within not even 7 days, 5 days, I made a 10% profit, because it was not 10, it was about 7.5% profit. It was all the way up to 7.59. So I made 59 cents within 5 days, which is not a lot of money, but can you imagine when you have 7,000 or 70,000 or 7 million, because that's what the big guys are doing. I just want you to get into the habit. So I'm just showing you on this video how this app is working. I have a link in the description for all the people in at least Europe. I'm not sure if this will work in the US. And you can simply upload with your, in Holland we have Ideal, or you can do a bank transfer. You can simply upload your money and you can start trading right now while you're getting to know everything. And just start as little as $5, $1. You know, it doesn't really matter. And there are different apps. I would suggest you not do too many apps, because it's going to be very hard to try to understand all of them and keep a track to all of them. But maybe you will be at a point where you have 4 or 5 apps and it's working out for you just fine. But you want to look at where you don't have too many transactional costs and everything. So this is basically a little bit about how I am trading, and I'm just going to grow my portfolio. I also do other things where I'm trading, where I'm investing in, but just to show you that it's really possible to, you know, invest in stocks with as little as $1 to $2. Okay, I hope you like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up at the end and subscribe to my channel. Okay, see you next time. Bye.